Hello, I'm Colonel Lee, and you have tuned in to Life with Colonel Lee. And so far, Life with Colonel Lee is cold. It's cold and rainy. Backyard testing some gear again. So we're going to test out the Mountainsmith Lichen Peak 1. Alright, so it's another test night in the backyard. We have the Mountainsmith Lichen Peak 1, that is. Very windy out here. About 20 minutes ago I set this up. It's been raining all night, all day. So when I was setting this up, the wind was coming from the southwest and it was 74 degrees. And the rains had kind of stopped, but you can see the clouds all around us. So look back to the north there. So now the wind is coming from the north. 20 minutes ago it was 74 degrees. Now it is 52 degrees, just in 20 minutes. So the rains are supposed to continue tonight. Later on, early in the morning, we could get close to freezing temperatures, so we could have some freezing rain. So we haven't even taken a first look at this. It's a bivvy style tent. It's not a freestanding tent, which means you have to stake it out for it to remain erect. I think we're going to get inside real quick to talk about some of the features here. Okay, we're inside now. We have a 25-inch wide sleeping mat. So it fits perfect at the foot end. Plenty of room up here at the head. So the Lichen 1 Mountainsmith bivvy style tent has this extra room here, and that's for your gear. And I am barely able to stand up in here, or not stand up, sit up. But I can sit up nonetheless, so that's good. Bad thing is, we have no vestibule, which is why they gave us this extra room right here. So that is the rain fly. This is the door. So the door opens up this way, off to the side there. And we have one zipper here for the rain fly. Okay. So, no vestibule area, which is fine because we have this room here. I think it's enough room for your pack. I mean, it'd be tight quarters in here, but not too bad. All right, so here is the head of the tent. There's a mesh pocket. So, there's only two guy out points to kind of help you with the wind. I'm gonna lay down here. So there's only two guy out points to help you with the wind, and it's on the head end of the loop pole here. And if you can see in here, so it has pre-bent poles. It's hard to see up in there. I wanted to get the rain fly on pretty quickly because I didn't know when it's going to start raining again, so I didn't get a good look at the tent without the rain fly. So it is aluminum poles. It doesn't say DAC aluminum, but it's 7000 series aluminum poles. So I don't think that's too bad. So, and we have the clip system. So the tent body clips to the poles, so there's no sleeves, which is good. So you have a 2 poles, and both of them are pre-bent at the top corners here. So you have the head end and the foot end. The foot end is quite a bit shorter down there. My feet are 12 inches, and then we got about 2.5 inches of air mat there. So yeah, your feet are right there, you know. But this is supposed to be kind of a minimalist style tent. Okay, so we have some breathable mesh. It's not no-seam mesh, it's kind of a solid material. And here's the no-seam mesh. So there's a combination of mesh panels, solid panels, and then we have this little bit thicker panel here. More mesh, more solid panel. So there's a little bit of mesh panels around the feet, the sides there, and then at the very end. So you can kind of get some breathability down there by your feet. And then also up here by the head. Alright. So as the wind starts blowing from the north, I have my tent situated where the door is away from the wind. So the wind is hitting the back side of the tent. And I knew the winds were going to shift, so I went ahead and set the tent up this way. So as the wind hits the side of the tent here, see how close it is to my head? Big gust of wind, it almost comes in here and just kind of slaps you in the head here. There's quite a bit of anchor points on the outside of the tent. There's 3 anchor points at the feet, 1 on each corner, and then 1 down the center. And then as we go along this edge here, there's not one all the way here until you get to here. Then there's 1 there. So when the wind was blowing from the south earlier, from this direction, there was a lot of flutter right here. So we probably could have used another stakeout point here. And I'm thinking along the long edges of the sides of the tent, they could have used a guy out point on the rain fly to help reduce that flutter. Because the high winds, you're gonna hear the, well, you can hear it right now. It's kind of like snapping a towel, you know. So I think if you had some more guy out points along these long edges, and that flapping is the rain fly. So this, from this top peak all the way down to the foot, there's really nothing keeping that rain fly from flapping too much. And where I have the rain fly buckled into all the anchor points in the ground, they're all cinched down as tight as they'll go. So there's a lot of flutter, what do you call that? There's a lot of looseness in the rain fly between those points, between the head and the foot. So that's why I think right here in the center, on the outside, a guy out point there, and 1 over here would reduce all that flutter. So at the head end, there's an anchor point there. There's 1 over here, and then there's 1 right here by your right shoulder. Okay, so here's a mesh panel here. I do feel some air coming in, so the rain fly doesn't go all the way to the ground, which, you know, you want some breathability in here. So, but as of right now, I am warm and comfortable in here. I mean, it's only 52 degrees, So I think I'm hearing some raindrops. It's a good thing I did my outside filming first. All right, some more on the tent here. So it does come with a footprint. So that's a ground sheet, in case you didn't know what the footprint was. So it's a fitted footprint ground sheet. It does have the eyelets for the poles, and you can stake it out. So you could use this tent with the rain fly and the poles and the ground sheet and not have the tent body if you didn't want. So you can eliminate the tent body completely if you wanted to, which would reduce your trail weight, your pack weight. As it stands now, everything with the tent, the poles and the pegs and everything, ground sheet, it's just a hair over 4 pounds. It's not very heavy. It doesn't feel like 4 pounds. It feels lighter than that. But we have plenty of length. I'm 6 foot tall, so my toes are not touching. My head's not really touching. We have plenty of room. We could shift over to the left here if we needed to. So width-wise, in this bivvy style tent is not too bad. Like I said, I have a 25-inch wide sleeping pad, so the ground sheet has been pre-coated up to 5,000 millimeter, so that is some good waterproofing. And the floor of the tent, including the bathtub floor, is where it goes up to here, right? So this floor material is all the same all the way up to this point. Now all this has been treated as well, 5,000 millimeter coating, so it's good waterproofness. Now the rainfly is coated at 2,000 millimeter coating, but so this tent, I ordered it off of Steep and Cheap, and I want to say I paid $68 for it. So $68 for a tent that is waterproof. That's not bad. $68. It's good quality materials. You know, you have aluminum poles. This tent is going to last you, you know. It's just, does this tent work for you? No vestibule, but you have this little wider space right here for your gear. So, I don't know. That's up to each individual. It's going to be different in that respect. All I can do is just kind of show you what this tent is about. So if you come across it searching for a tent, you kind of know a little bit more about what you're looking at as far as material wise, waterproofness, you know. So the tent does retail for, I think, right about $200. They do also offer a 2-person tent, bivvy style tent, in this same Lichen Peak, which is the Lichen Peak 2. So it has it's going to be wider. It's going to be a little bit taller in the peak height, but it's still not a standalone tent. It's still a bivvy style, but a 2-person. And I think the weight on it is a little over 5 pounds. I think it retails for about $260. You can get it on Steep and Cheap. I think even Amazon for about $80, $90, which is still not too bad. I thought this might be a good warm season bivvy style tent to take on a backpacking trip. It packs down pretty small. I think it's about 15, 17 inches long, about like 5 inches, so it fits in your pack really easy. So the rain's starting to pick up a little bit now. Feels like it's gotten cooler since I've come out here and got inside of the tent. But we're just in the backyard, just a test night. Supposed to get a lot of rain. This tent is really waterproof according to the specs, so we're gonna find out and make sure. But so far it's not a bad little bivvy style tent. It is a little bit drafty because, you know, there's a lot of mesh panels in here. That's why I think it would be a good, not hot summer weather, but maybe like up to 75 degrees. And the main reason for that is there's no windows and there's only one door, so you can roll that flap back out of the way, the rain fly, and have this open. But you would have to have it facing in the direction the wind is blowing to get a breeze in here. Or you might be able to maybe take the back side, unbuckle it, and maybe kind of fold it up somehow or another and get a cross breeze. But as far as the way they engineered the tent, there's really no cross breeze. So Riley's outside of the tent wanting in. You can hear her whining. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a little preview on this tent. The Mountainsmith Lichen Peak 1. I guess I'm pronouncing it correctly. Lichen. I think it's Licheneon. I can't remember. All right, well, we're gonna get out of here and get back in the house. We're gonna come back out here later tonight, maybe about 11. We're going to see what the temperature is, determine which sleeping bag we're gonna use. All right, well, we'll bring you back when, I don't know, later tonight. We'll be out here when it's cold and rainy, maybe some freezing rain. Okay, so the tent's been set up for a couple hours now, and we've probably had close to 3 inches of rain, and all is dry as a bone inside this Mountainsmith Lichen Peak 1-person bivvy style tent. All right, bone dry. Very good, very good. So we're gonna go with a Teton. Let's see here. Teton Tracker 5 degree. It's supposed to get down in the 20s tonight, so. And we have a down blanket as well. Should be nice, comfy, and warm. Okay, we're still not ready to come out to the tent yet, but let's come out to check it out. Make sure it was dry in here, and then now we have our sleeping gear. Good to go. Well, it is 30 degrees outside. It's a little after 11 o'clock at night. So it's been raining all day. This tent has been getting rained on since about 3 o'clock this afternoon. And big downpours. We probably had 2 to 4 inches somewhere in there. It's a bit drafty in here. The winds are about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Still raining. Could turn to freezing rain here at any point in time, but so far it's still just regular rain. No freezing rain yet. A lot of mesh in this tent. so it's a bit drafty in here. But it's bone dry. No wet spots anywhere on the floor, the ceiling, the sidewalls, anywhere. So it's definitely waterproof. It's real flappy, flutters a lot. But we'll see how it holds up. So how does red look? Any different from green? Alright, well, we're going to sign off for now and see if we can get some sleep. A lot of flutter in this tent. I don't know. We're going to try it out. I mean, I may end up having to go in the house. I don't know. I usually don't sleep all that much when I'm camping anyway, no matter what the situation is. For some reason, I just don't. But anyway, we're going to sign off for now. We'll bring you back in the morning. Yeah, we may bring you back in the middle of the night if we get some freezing rain or anything crazy happens. All right, we'll see y'all in the morning. Morning, everyone. It's 7 a.m. Still raining. It's freezing rain now. So it's a pretty interesting night. Basically thunderstorms. We had some lightning, thunder. Pretty close stuff too. It pretty loud downpours. I mean, it's just been most of the night just pouring down rain. A couple times during the night it turned to freezing rain. Right now it's pretty much freezing rain coming down. So this little tent held up really well. Very pleased with it. It's not a 4-season tent, so you know it is a little drafty, which is fine. Stayed completely warm in this 5-degree sleeping bag. And then I use this down blanket. I just kind of pull it up over my head. Kind of helps keep the warmth in, and it's pretty breathable. So makes it a little bit more comfortable. Let's see if we can see some of the frozen rain on the tent there. So we are bone dry in here. There's no leaks anywhere. It's a lot of rain. a lot. I had a lot of rain. Tent's held up very well. The winds got up pretty strong too. So we had some gusts up to 20 to 30 miles an hour. But tent held up. Very pleased with it. Not bad for 60 bucks. Well, it's time to get up, put my jacket on, my shoes. I gotta go use the restroom. All right. Well, to sum it up, I definitely do like this tent. There's some things I would have done different with it. I'd like to see a couple more guy out points, especially along the long section length of the tent to reduce flutter. But as far as the waterproofness, man, I mean, I several inches of rain and it just non-stop. I mean, nothing's getting through here, nothing. I don't have any signs of condensation, nothing. So, last I looked, this tent is still up for sale. I want to believe it's in that $60, $70 range. So I think if I was going out backpacking, you know, out in the wild camping with this tent, I would definitely not have any reservations about taking this tent out backpacking. It's definitely surviving a beating. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this little adventure. Thank you for tuning in to Life with Colonel Lee. Make sure and tune in for more adventures. Adios.